Good morning, 10th class. So last time we completed our third chapter, that is the metal and the non-metal, and we discussed about the different topics inside that. And as you know that one topic is removed from your syllabus, so we haven't discussed that. Now today in today's video we are going to discuss the NCERT questions. So in today's video I am just going to discuss only the 10 questions with you, and the left question I will discuss you in the next class or a video, whatever according to the day. So come to the first questions. First question is that which of the following pair will give a displacement reaction? Fine. So as you know that what is a displacement reaction? A displacement reaction is that in which a more reactive element displaces less reactive element. Okay. So what we have to find? We have to find the metal, is it more reactive or is it less reactive? So when we come to the question option A, NaCl solution in the copper metal. So as you know that copper metal is a less reactive. So definitely this is not possible. MgCl2 and aluminium. So definitely aluminium is less reactive than Mg. So definitely not possible. FeSO4 solution in silver metal. So again जो Ag है that is a less reactive element, so it cannot displace a iron from FeSO4 solution. So only the one answer which is correct, that is AgNO3 solution in copper metal. So as you know that copper is a more reactive than the Ag. Okay, so it can displace, or others में क्या होगा, displacement reaction will not be followed. Come to the second question. Which of the following method is suitable for preventing and rusting? So for rusting, so we can apply a grease, applying paint, applying coating of zinc. Everything is right, but here if you see the questions very minutely, that it has written that which of the following method is suitable for preventing an iron frying pan. So when we are talking about the frying pan, so applying greasing is not possible in the case of a frying pan. Applying paint is not possible in the case of frying pan. Only the one thing which is possible, it can be a coating with the zinc. That is only the way which is useful in the case of a frying pan. Okay. Now come to the third question, that an element react with oxygen to give a compound with a very high melting point. Compound is also soluble in the water. The element is likely to be up. There are so many elements which are making the compound with oxygen and they have a high melting point, but we have to choose from all these options. Okay, so basically carbon dioxide, there is no any high melting point because it is in a gaseous form. Silicon, it will not be applicable. Same with the iron, is not applicable. So only the one compound will be here, that is a calcium. So when calcium react with the oxygen, it forms calcium oxide, and when it react with the water, it forms calcium hydroxide. Okay, so this will be the correct answer in this case. Now let's discuss the question number 4, that is food cans are coated with the tin or the zinc. So as you know that definitely जो food cans होंगे, we should know that these food cans only can coated with the tin only, because as you know that जो zinc है, that is more reactive element, and zinc is a more reactive element. So if we will use zinc in inside that, so definitely what will be happen, zinc will react with the food, and might be the food become poisonous. So we need to be coat our food cans only with the tin. Okay, so answer will be a tin. Now question number 6 is that you are given a hammer, a battery, a bulb, wire and a switch. How could you use them to distinguish between a sample of a metal and the non-metal? So already I discussed the physical properties of the metal and the non-metal, that for hammering we are calling that property to be a malleability. Okay, battery, we can see that, as you know that metals are the good conductors of current, of electricity. So bulb can glow. Okay, and wire we can use that like that. Okay, so this is the answer of that. You can use that, and definitely these physical properties we can easily use to differentiate between that. And hammer से तो we can test the property of malleability, and बाकी जो others है, battery, bulb, wire and switch, that is for the conduction of current or conduction of electricity. Fine. So you can write the answer according to that. Now question number 6 is that what are amphoteric oxide, and this is very important for your board exam point of view, because so many times it asks that what is amphoteric oxides. Okay, so as we discuss about the metal and the non-metal, so as I told you, there are some metals, metals are there who behave, who behaves like the properties of acid and the behave. As you studied that metal oxides, basically they are basic in nature, and when we are talking about the non-metallic oxide, they are acidic in nature. Okay, so let me remind it to you that as when we studied about metals, so we say that metal oxides are basic in nature, and we when we are study about the non-metal, we say that non-metals oxides are acidic in nature. But when we are talking about some oxides which are behaving like acids and sometimes they behaves like a base, so these kind of oxides are called as the amphoteric oxide. Okay, fine. So what is amphoteric oxide? The oxide that behaves as both acid and base, that is called amphoteric oxide. And what are the example? Like oxides of aluminium and oxides of zinc, they are the amphoteric oxides. Hope this is clear to you. Otherwise, basic oxides are metallic oxides are basic in nature and non-metallic oxides are acidic in nature. Now come to the seventh question. Name two metal which will displace hydrogen from dilute acid and two metal which not. Okay, so again I am reminding it to you, that is related to the displacement reaction, and displacement reaction you should know that those elements who are above than hydrogen, they can displace hydrogen from its solution, and those who are below than hydrogen, they cannot displace. Okay, so you can write any two example, like zinc you can write, aluminum you can write, iron you can write. There is a lot of example, any two you want to choose it. And downside the hydrogen, you know that there are very few, like copper is there, silver is there, gold is there, platinum is there, mercury is there. So these are the metal which are down the hydrogen, they cannot displace hydrogen, so you can choose any two of them. Come to the next question. That is related to the electro refining, so that topic is removed from your new one syllabus, so I'm not going to discuss the answer of the 8th question. Now come to the ninth one question is that Pratyush took sulfur powder on a spatula and heated it. He collected the gas evolved by inverting a test tube over it. So first of all, if he is using the sulfur, so you should know whenever we are burning sulfur, so burning is always possible in the presence of oxygen. So what will be formed? That will be a sulfur dioxide. Fine. Now when we are talking about the sulfur dioxide, as you know that sulfur is a non-metal, so non-metal oxides are acidic in nature. So this gas will be acidic in nature. Okay, so that much you should know about the question, then we will go further. Now what the question asks, the question is that what will be the action of a gas on dry litmus paper and the moist litmus paper. Fine. So dry litmus paper mein to there is no any effect, as you know that. Okay, now moist litmus paper mein definitely there will be a effect, and if we are bringing the blue color of litmus paper near to the mouth of the test tube, it will be turns to the red in color, because as you know that sulfur dioxide is an acidic gas which is made up of non-metallic oxide gas. So non-metallic oxides gas are the acidic in the nature. Fine. And reaction you need to balance it. So already I balanced that equation, that S plus O2 it gives you SO2, and when the sulfur dioxide react with the water molecule, it will form H2SO3, that is called as a sulfurous acid. So this is also the important reaction from the exam point of view. Now come to the 10th question, that is state two ways to prevent rusting of iron. Fine. So rusting of iron can be prevented by a lot of ways, like oiling. Okay, like oiling mein what we are using, we can use any kind of oil for lubricating purpose basically. Same greasing, maybe like in the car and the vehicles we are using the greasing oils, they are making the iron objects smoother. Okay, so they prevent rusting. And painting is another one option. You can see that we are painting our railings and iron objects from the different kind of colors, so they can actually the reason to that, when we are applying this kind of things, so they will stop the contact of oxygen with the iron, so it can easily prevent rusting. Another one which is a very modern and a very good technique, that is a galvanization. So in that what we are doing, we are just coating the iron object with the zinc. metal, and because of that this iron iron articles and iron objects, and they can be prevented from the moisture and the oxygen for a long time. And this is the very convenient and most suitable method which is adopting by a lot of industries. Okay, so these are the answer of these 10 questions. You can do it in your classwork copy, and the next further question we will do in we will discuss on the next video. Okay, so till then, bye.